TikTok is spying on all your devices, and I have proof of this in this video. So this all started when I made a TikTok account years ago, and I had no issues for years and years. Until one day, a few months ago, like about maybe 3, 4, 5 months ago, all my videos started getting reviewed all at once. And I knew that they were getting reviewed all at once because videos that were previously up there, they had been up there and stayed up there for months and months. All of a sudden, I was getting hit with warning after warning after warning after warning. And if you've seen my Instagram or my TikTok, you would know that I don't post anything that violates the rules. I don't post like really provocative or suggestive content on social media. So I didn't understand why my account kept getting hit over and over and over again. Now, I was periodically doing live streams on TikTok, and in each and every single one of my live streams, all I was doing was learning languages. I was on Duolingo learning languages, or I was like talking in a foreign language to somebody to try to learn. Well, during my last live, the only thing that I was doing was I was literally on Duolingo learning Chinese. That's it. At that point, I think I had been learning Chinese for 3 days. Then in the middle of that live, I get a notification saying that my live was taken down for hate speech. And I was like, that's really weird. I don't know why it would be considered hate speech. And I at first tried to appeal the decision, and TikTok was like, no, sorry, we can't appeal it. And it just so happens, though, that I actually took a full recording of each and every single live that I've ever done. So I literally sent that video and sent that to them. And there's actually a full, completely uncut version of this video on my YouTube channel. Now, bear in mind, my account had been fine. I never got a warning or a strike for literally years and years. And it was all of a sudden, at the same time, it just felt like I was being scrutinized by somebody. Like somebody's targeting my account, they're picking out my accounts, and they're picking out my old videos that I had already posted and been up there for months and months and months, and they're trying to give me warnings for every little minor infraction that they could. So by this point, I knew that I had caught the attention of a TikTok staff member. Then, about a week ago, I signed into my account only to discover that somebody tampered with my username. Like somebody changed my username to something completely random and different. And my username didn't have any curse words. There weren't any bad words in it. This is what my username was changed to. And at first I thought that maybe it was just a butt dial or something. Like maybe I accidentally changed the username, like while the phone was in my pocket or something, and I didn't realize. So I didn't look that deeply into it. It wasn't until about 3 days later when I discovered that not only had my username been changed, my entire bio was scraped from my bio. So my bio was completely empty, and even my photo that I had was taken down. And again, the photo that I had up, it was literally just a picture of my face, nothing else. So notice how in this picture, it says that I can only change my name once every 30 days. This was changed on May 23rd, 2026. So I had to wait until June 23rd, 2026. So take note of this username right here. It says user NB something, right? Then just a few days later, my username had been changed again to something else. So clearly this name change was a staff override. Somebody at staff overrid the 30-day feature to change my username again. So yeah, this is definitely the proof right here that my account was getting targeted by a specific TikTok staff member, but I see no reason why. I mean, you can literally look at that TikTok username right now and look at all the videos, and you can clearly see that none of my videos violate any community guidelines. So then I open a support ticket and I say, hey, my username was changed without my consent. Which one of your staff did this? I think one of your staff actually did this. And they also removed my bio and removed my photo, even though there was literally no reason to. So while I'm waiting for a response from them, I tried to upload a new photo of my face, and I couldn't at the time. They said that I couldn't because I had gotten a strike for my username and bio, and because I had violated community guidelines, I couldn't post or edit my profile for 24 hours. So then I emailed TikTok staff about everything that's going on. I was like, hey, I think there's somebody in your staff position who's actually abusing their power. I did not make any of these changes to my account. My videos that don't violate your community guidelines kept getting warnings. And my live was also taken down for hate speech when literally all I was doing was learning Chinese in it. And I also added that, hey, somebody seems to be altering my username and my bio and deleted my profile photo without consent, even though none of these actually violate the community guidelines. Then I asked whether somebody from TikTok staff was possibly abusing their position to do this. And sure enough, after I sent this, TikTok staff just arbitrarily decided to lock my account. They locked my account so I couldn't access my account at all anymore. So basically, I can't even appeal the decision or anything because I can't access my account. Like I literally tried signing in multiple ways through my email, through my phone number, through Face ID, and none of them worked. It says my account is locked. And the only way somebody can unlock it is if somebody from the staff unlocks it. I would also like to add that before my account was locked, I only uploaded a profile of my face. That's it. I did not change the bio. I did not change the username. I just left the bio empty, and I also left the username empty. So this actually proves I was not violating any of their community guidelines. By the way, I don't know if you know this, but I actually created a new TikTok account just to scroll. And one of the first things that they made me sign was their new terms of service agreement. And in this TOS, it actually says that staff can change your username if they believe it violates community guidelines. But again, mine didn't. Now, I don't even really care about losing access to that account because I had like, what, 2,000 followers or something on there? Like, who cares? This is what I care about, and what concerned me is what happened next. So after I created a new username at TikTok, I realized that they had changed my name again. And you can clearly see that they changed it to Casanova0. And it's spelled with a K. This really stood out to me because I actually use this word in one of my passwords. And this is not a name that I use on any social media. I don't use it on Instagram, YouTube, Reddit, anywhere. This was for a personal device of mine. I would unlock it by using Casanova. Again, it's spelled the exact same way. Like, that's not a coincidence. You know what I mean? So this word is actually part of a password that I use on my personal computer to enter into it. Watch, I'm going to show you this right now. So you can see that it's Wednesday, June 10th at 12:05 p.m. I'm going to input the word Casanova, Kasinova, with a few more characters after that. Okay, so I don't know how to make it so that you can actually see what I'm typing in here, but you can see I start with K. I have a few more characters to type in, so just give me a second. Then I'm going to sign in. You can clearly see that's my password for this computer, but it's like, how did TikTok get access to my password? Boom, I now have access to my computer. But how did TikTok get access to the password on my personal computer? And to prove that I was not the one who changed this password, I literally went into Terminal. A few minutes after this, I went into Terminal to ask Terminal when was the last time that I changed my password on this computer. Okay, so you can see that the last time I logged in, today, right now, 12:05, June 10th at 12:05. Okay, so check this out. June 10th, 2026, 12:10 p.m. My logs actually show, it says sudo log show predicate, let's see, contains password. Okay, so last year, a year ago, I changed the password on this MacBook a year ago. That's what this means. The last time that I changed my password on this computer was a year ago. But how did TikTok get access to my own password on my computer? Well, you see, a few months ago, I had actually downloaded the TikTok app onto my personal computer so that way I could go live and do live streams with it. You can clearly see that I downloaded this app March 17th of this year. And the last time that I opened it was April 19th. I also checked on CapCut and I had downloaded that one March 14th. And the last time that I opened it was April 9th. I then go to settings and go to privacy and security. And I discover that on my personal computer, TikTok has access to the entire disk, the full disk that's on my computer. This setting was automatic, by the way. I most certainly did not change it to that. But even still, how did they get my password? The only option is their software comes installed with a keylogger that keys and logs your every single stroke. This is a very big privacy concerns. This means that they can access every single one of your passwords. They can read your emails. They can read your texts, like literally fucking everything. If you have security clearance and you're working on a really important document, they could have access to all that too. Like, I'm not even joking. I'm literally going to send this video to every single senator that wanted to ban TikTok because people need to know about this.
Excuse me, Senator, would you support the TikTok ban if the Senate takes it up?
You said today, as you often say, that you live in Singapore. Of what nation are you a citizen?
Singapore.
Because you have to remember that this name, Casanova, I don't use it on any social media account. Never have. Don't use it on any social media account. I don't have any emails that have this name in there. I've never typed that name into my phone even. I literally just use it only for my password to access my MacBook. Now, TikTok allegedly got bought out by American investors, right? Because they almost banned TikTok, or they did ban TikTok for about a day. Allegedly, they're saying that TikTok is now safe because it has American investors. Like, is it really? Is it really safe? This is a serious situation because this means not only does TikTok have access to your passwords, but somebody is clearly abusing their power and utilizing their position as programmer or whatever in TikTok to fuck with people. Because I've literally never typed this name, Casanova, into my phone. Because I've literally never once typed in the name Casanova into this phone. So how the fuck did TikTok get this name? Like, the spelling is way too specific for it to just be a coincidence. And then I'm not even joking you, like maybe 2 minutes after I screen recorded my username being changed to Casanova0, I then realized that my name suddenly reverted back. But it's like, well, I already captured this, the damage is already done. So the fact that my username reverted and changed back to its original name within the span of only 4 minutes after I saw and screen recorded my username being changed to a name that TikTok should have had zero knowledge of. This actually proves to me that TikTok, this app, either has a capability to view my screen or it has a capability to access my camera at all times. By the way, there's something really weird that I noticed about my phone. And my phone periodically turns on like a green light up at the very top of the screen, which if you know anything about iPhones, this only happens when you open up the camera app and you're taking a video or a picture or whatever it is. That green light indicates that your camera is being accessed. And I noticed every now and then that this green light would turn on even when I was not using the camera at all. And I have multiple screenshots of this. I'll be using my phone and all of a sudden that green light will pop up at the top, and so I'll take a screenshot of it. And I bought this phone within the last year. I bought it in September of 2025. But my phone wasn't doing this at first. It wasn't until March 2026 that I started noticing this activity, which is when I took my very first screenshot of this happening. And March is also coincidentally right around the same time that I started getting all of those warnings from TikTok for my videos. So check this out. I'm recording this video from another phone so you can see, and you can clearly see that this green light is on even though my phone is not accessing the camera at all. It's literally just accessing my TikTok feed. I blurred out everybody's names here because I don't know half these people that are commenting on my page. So as you can see here, I have multiple screenshots where I literally just opened my phone and that green light is up on top. And there's even another instance where I took a screenshot of my phone and you can clearly see that my phone is actually not even unlocked. It's still locked and there's a green light that's on as if some camera is being accessed by my device. Remember how I showed you in a previous video that if you go to your settings and if you access privacy and security, you can actually see the full list of apps that are able to access your camera, your microphone, and your GPS location. And some of these are literally set to always, like 24 hours a day, they can access you. And in my opinion, that should not be the case. They should always have to ask for permission. And I actually turned each one of these settings off on my phone. So it seems like TikTok is somehow able to override these privacy and security and safety settings. And some of these, it doesn't even make sense for the camera or the microphone to be accessed at all. And for the others, for the rest, most of these should only be accessed when they are being used, when the app itself is being used. Now, I don't know why a member of TikTok staff was going through my phone or my computer, and I have no idea why they were doing such a deep dive onto me and trying to find out what my passwords were, but I guarantee you, they do not have good intentions. Somebody who's doing that, they do not have good intentions. I then check my settings under privacy and security, and I see that TikTok, the app, has full disk access to my computer, which means they literally can access every single thing on my computer. And I never changed the settings to that. Those were just already the pre-installed settings. Now, I know I don't have any social media accounts with the name Casanova. And it turns out I do have one account that's associated with this name. But it's for a website I've never even heard of. I was like, fyzzs.com. Like, what the fuck is that? And when I looked it up, first, this website no longer exists. But second, according to Google, this site is extremely shady and I have no idea what they're even selling or anything like that. So then I went to the Wayback Machine and I decided to see maybe any internet archives that previously came up. Now I went all the way back to 2017 or 2018. And what it takes me to is some Chinese website. You can see whatever that there used to be a website here, but this writing is all in Chinese and I use Google Translate to figure out what it's saying, but it's basically saying, click here. The one website that did actually load, it appeared to be for like a Chinese school or something like that. And I was like, what the fuck? This is super weird. Why would I have an account for this website? Like literally, I would not have made an account here. Now this account in my password manager says that it was created January 2025, which was quite some time ago. So I went to the Wayback Machine's 2025 date and I come across a login. So on a whim, I just decided to write the username Casanova and what was written in the password manager in here to try to access this account. And I can't access it. It literally just stayed dialing like that for ages and ages and ages, and it never actually went through. And I was like, okay, that's weird. How do I have an account for some sketchy website that I never signed up for? Seems like they're not selling anything. Like, what the fuck even is this site? I'm still trying to figure it out, by the way. According to AI, apparently if you sign up for some website, it also can automatically sign you up for some third-party website without your consent. Like, I had no idea that could happen. But regardless of how I signed up for this random website, remember that I don't have any usernames or emails with the name Casanova. I've never typed this into my current phone. So this begs the question, how did TikTok get this username? And now it's boiled down to this. They only have two options. There are only two ways that TikTok could have gotten it. The first is by installing a keylogger on my computer. And this must have happened when I downloaded the TikTok app onto my computer. The second option is that they somehow are able to access my password manager. Either way, it's a very big security and privacy risk. I'm literally sending this video to every single senator and congressperson who wanted to ban TikTok because people need to know about this. People need to know what TikTok actually has access to.